Peace talks? Don't hold your breath. While Western diplomats keep calling for negotiations, Moscow's made one thing crystal clear. This war isn't ending at the table. It's ending on their terms, with maps redrawn, alliances shaken, and power recalibrated. And while the world watches, hoping for diplomacy to prevail, Russia digs in, setting the stage for a drawn-out conflict with no clear end. From Berlin to Brussels, the word peace is tossed around like a diplomatic prayer. Gas prices spike, headlines scream, and suddenly every commentator with a suit and a microphone wants Russia and Ukraine to just talk it out. It's the kind of sentiment that plays well on television, optimistic, moral, civilized. But geopolitics is rarely that tidy. But here's the truth Western audiences keep missing. Peace talks only work when both sides want peace. Russia? They want something else entirely. They want victory, or at the very least, submission, not a truce, not coexistence, a rewrite of the post-Cold War status quo. This isn't just about territory, it's about identity, about pride. In the Kremlin's view, Ukraine isn't a neighbor, it's a mistake, an error in the post-Soviet order they fully intend to correct. And every battlefield gain, every annexation, is a correction to that mistake. To them, peace would mean accepting a Ukrainian independence they still refuse to acknowledge. And that's not on the table. Not now. Maybe not ever, unless Ukraine is crushed or fundamentally transformed. Let's talk strategy. Russia doesn't want a peace deal. They want leverage, control, of frozen conflict, something that bleeds Ukraine slowly and keeps the West guessing. A war without end but full of purpose. Every month this war drags on. Russia chips away at Ukraine's infrastructure, economy, and sovereignty. They destroy energy grids in the winter, block exports in the summer, and rewrite school curricula in occupied zones. This is long-haul warfare, disguised as deadlock. In their narrative, this isn't a war with Ukraine, it's a war with the West. NATO expansion, Western imperialism, cultural decay. That's the framing. They're not just defending Russia, they're defending civilization as they define it. So when Western diplomats suggest a peace settlement, Russia hears weakness, concession, and an opportunity to reframe the conflict in their favor. And while they nod along in Geneva or Istanbul, they're moving artillery in Luhansk. It's not peace they're playing for, it's attrition. So what would make Russia come to the table? Not talks, not tweets, pressure. Real, tangible internal pressure. A pressure cooker of setbacks that threaten the regime's survival, not just its success. Massive battlefield setbacks, elite dissatisfaction, economic pain that trickles upward, a sense that the war is no longer worth the cost, not just for the people, but for the power players behind the scenes. The oligarchs, the security services, the technocrats managing a shrinking economy. Putin's regime doesn't fear the West's outrage. It fears instability from within, popular unrest, elite betrayal, the slow erosion of control. But as long as internal dissent is suppressed and military operations drag on without catastrophic losses, the Kremlin sees endurance, not negotiation, as the winning move. Until that cost-benefit equation flips, the Kremlin stays the course. Because in their view, the war hasn't failed, it's just unfinished. A means to a broader geopolitical end, to redraw not just Ukraine's borders, but the global balance of power. The sad truth? Peace is a Western fantasy. Russia's playing a longer game, a generational one, and Ukraine remains the battlefield, the buffer zone, and the bargaining chip. In this war, peace isn't a destination, it's a delay. And unless something fundamental changes inside the Kremlin, or unless the cost of this war spirals far beyond what Putin's inner circle can bear, the current trajectory holds. Watch the money, watch the moves, watch the signs of strain behind the curtain. This war's far from over, and the next phase? It may not come with peace talks, but with a pivot.